Hi guys. Today I wanted to make a video about a hand that came up in a lesson, and then uh, I went further about this hand in the car ride home with my son, and I thought, wow, this is a really interesting hand. I just want to talk to you all about it. So we're going to go through in a different degrees. It's going to start at a very basic level. So this hand is from an Eddie Cantor set called Thinking Bridge, which is an amazing set of 500 or so hands that are designed to have like little things come up that teach you little things, and the hand itself is incredibly instructive. So let's first talk about the hand. So South opens 2-0. They have 21 points. Partner bids. North has 13 points, so they know 13 plus 20 is 33. So they know it's a slam hand. They just wanted to check first to see if their partner is a 4-card major with Stamen, 3 diamonds, no major. Okay, let's try 6, no trump. And they lead the Jack of clubs. And when they lead the Jack of clubs, we stop and we count our tricks. Just going from right to left, we have 4 diamonds, 3 clubs is 7, the ace king of hearts is 9, and the ace king of spades is 11. So we need to find a 12th trick. And the most obvious way to find a 12th trick is in spades. That's the thing that stands out more than any other suit, is we can try the spade finesse by leading from the north hand. They play low, and we can try the jack, and if the jack holds, that's going to be our 12th trick. So if east has the queen of spades, we're going to make 6 no. But that's not the exercise. The exercise here is on a concept called combining your chances. And that is where we've built our thought process. We see that we have the finesse, and then we have to ask ourselves, is there any way that we can improve on this line of play? Okay, we know we're going to make it if the spade and finesse is onside, but what else can we do to build a 12th trick? And on this hand, there's only so many places we can build a 12th trick. We can't build a 5th diamond. We can't build a 4th club. So the only other place we might be able to build a 12th trick is in hearts. And that's if the hearts break 3-3. We have a 7-card hearts fit, and if the opponent's 6 cards break 3-3, our last one will be good. But it is important that when we play the hearts, we don't just play ace of hearts, king of hearts, and a heart, because if they're 4-2, they're just going to win both their hearts, and that's going to mean we don't get to take the spade finesse. So the goal of this hand is to try to combine both of the two things. Check to see if the hearts are 3-3, and if they're not, then take the spade finesse. And so when you're doing this when I'm working on this hand with my students, and this is a great exercise because it is really important that you learn how to do this, how to find a possible line of play and then combine these things together to give yourself a really significant chance of making it. Like, so this contract, it would be 50-50 if it was just on the spade finesse. But when you add in 3-3 hearts, it becomes a really good slam. It's way more likely to make things go down. And so we win the king of clubs, and the way that you would typically play it successfully is you lead a low heart and you just let them win it. And now we're set up, and we can play. They play back the 9 of spades, and we win the ace, and then we can check the hearts, and if they are 3-3, then we are home, and we can just take that 7 of hearts and throw away our jack of spades, and we didn't need the spade finesse, and so that's how you make this hand when you're dealing with the book hand. But so what happened was my wife was sick for this class, and I decided to let my 9-year-old come with and be our fourth for this lesson. And we didn't talk about this at the time with my students, but when we were in the car ride home, I told them there's actually like another level to this hand that makes it really, really, really interesting. And that is what happens. I'm going to go back a trick. What happens if on the 4th round of hearts, 3rd round of hearts, East discards? So now we know that West has 4 hearts. Now, when we first discussed this, we said, okay, we're going to duck a heart, and then we're going to take a spade finesse, and that combines our chances. But there's another element here that is really, really important. It's a really good technique to know, because what happens on this hand is what you want to do is you actually now want to cash all your winners, because what happens when you cash your winners is you find something very, very interesting. Is when on the second, that was the 2nd club, and now I'm going to play a 3rd club. On the 3rd club, West shows out of clubs. And that's very, very interesting. Because when they show out in clubs, we now know East has 6 clubs and West has 2 of them. And we already know that West has 4 hearts and East has 2 of them. So we know most of the shape. And that if we just take our diamonds now, we are going to find out more. Now everybody follows. And then on the 3rd round of diamonds, West shows out. So now we know West's entire shape. What is West's entire shape? They had 4 hearts. They had only 2 clubs. They had only 2 diamonds, but that meant they have 5 spades. So if they have 5 spades, then first of all, who's likely to have the queen of spades? It's West. But watch what happens. When we take our last diamond, West has to make a discard, and they had to keep the heart. So if by them keeping the heart, that means that they only have 1 spade left. And we know that East only started with 2 spades, and they've already played 1, so now they have only 1 spade left. So now, rather than taking the spade finesse, we should. I'll show all the cards. You can see what had to happen. I'll go back 1 trick. What had to happen on this ace of diamonds? West had to make a discard. They were squeezed, and we can throw away the 10 of spades. So that was a pretty interesting way that just an important tactic when you're trying to guess a hand, and it's a very critical spot where you like all your eggs are in one basket. You need to make it. You're in a slam, especially when you're playing teams at match points. Cashing the clubs before taking the spade finesse might actually be slightly dangerous because they might have club winners. But anyhow, yes. So by cashing out your winners, you often find out information about the hand, which makes it clear cut to play a hand a certain way. So one more thing I want to talk to you about. So let's say when we're cashing the diamond that instead, what if West has 3 diamonds? So we're going to go queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds, and now we see the diamond is West has 3 of them. So now we know West has 2 clubs, 4 hearts, 3 diamonds. So now they have 4 spades. Only 4 spades. It's not as clear cut as before. And when we play the ace of diamonds, they pitch a spade. So now here we are with 2 cards left. But now we don't know because East has 2 spades left and West has 1. So we don't know who has the queen. And we have to decide who to play for the queen. And then when I was talking to my son about this in the car, we talked about it. We came to this moment. I'm like, okay, so now we know. Let's say West, the person has 4 hearts. They have 2 clubs. They have 3 diamonds. So you know they have 4 spades. What would you do in this end spot? Would you play a spade to the jack, or would you play a spade to the king? And he thought about it, and he's like, I don't know. Isn't it just a guess? And I said, no, it's not a guess. West started with 4 of them, and East started with 3 of them. So it's not 50-50. West had 4. West had 4. East had 3. So West was more likely to have started with the queen of spades. So when an expert plays this hand, this is exactly what they would do. They would see the line of play that, okay, we want to combine the hearts with the spades finesse. We want to check to see if the hearts break and then take the spade finesse. When the hearts don't break on your left, then they start thinking, well, actually, let's just cash all of our winners and see what happens. And then when they finally come to this end position, they discover West shape. They realize that the spades are 4-3, and then you just go with the math. Don't go with your feeling. It's not about who's going to have, who do you think has the queen of spades. Just always go with the math. That is the lesson of the hand. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and give me the thumbs up button. Add comments talking about the hand, anything that'll help spread the word about my videos. Share them with your friends, tell them. And if you really like my content, I have a website, wolpertbridge.com, where I teach classes for intermediate players, advanced players over stuff like this. I don't have a squeeze class like this, but I have lots of declare play classes, lots of interesting content. The lessons are about $10 or $15. Check them out. If you don't like them, we'll give you your money back. Thank you.